Hey, how's it going, y'all? New Vapor here with the New Vapor Network, New Vapor channel. And today we're actually going to be doing an unboxing, an unveiling of sorts. This is an item that I've been looking forward to. I did a review on its predecessor, loved it, so things can only get better, right folks? Alright, we are going to be taking a look at something shipped to me from right here. Cellar Tool Inc. in Oxnard, California. And yes, I redacted all the shipping address of mine, with the exception of Virginia. I don't mind y'all knowing that I live in Virginia, but for the most part, I don't want to blast my personal address out to, the general populace. So, yeah. Now, if you're a company, you want reviews done, by all means, get a hold of me. It's thenewvapor, all one word, at gmail.com, and we can work something out for a review. However, for general populace, if you want to get a hold of me, you're not getting my address. You got my email, hit me up there. You got my YouTube channel, ask your questions here. But yeah, so, on to the opening. I've been waiting on this one. coil-master DIY Expert Coiling Tool, version 3. Alright, so, take the paper sleeve off. It's nifty. Alright, there's your tool. Well, there's the front of the package, side, 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 and finally the back. This one actually comes with directions. Please keep the product away from kids. Package includes 1 base, 3 top covers, 6 coiling poles. That's one of the new innovations with the version 3. You'll notice that right here there's a nut at the top as well as at the bottom where you coil. That's because you flip the caps around. Or at least that's what I've seen on the website, so we'll get into that. Oh, what's that? Ah. That's nice. Ooh. It's got a real nice feel to it. It's like a really thick, heavy-duty nylon. One of the things that I made mention of in my last review with the coil-master tool, because the one I got was the version 2. It came in a little blister pack, but it was really hard to keep hold of everything. There's all your pieces right there. So trying to keep everything together was a bit of a hassle. I mentioned that I was going to end up finding a cinch sack or something like that, and I'm sure other people said it as well. So that's one thing I love about coil-master is, the guy who owns it, I've actually spoken with him through various places, vapors.tv, YouTube, so on and so forth. I just refer to him as coil-master. But, I like the way he deals with his public. He'll actually talk to people, find out what they thought of it, so on and so forth. Oh, I did not even realize that. There's a little scratch to reveal if it's authentic or not type deal. I'll have to go and do that. Although I know for certain mine's authentic. It came from coil-master. Let's see. Yeah, there isn't another one on the box itself. That's on the paper sleeve. It's right there on the back. I didn't realize that was on the back of the paper sleeve either. It's also got the instructions and what comes in the kit on the back of the paper sleeve, as well as the back of the box. So that's pretty groovy. Alright, inside the bag, well, on the outside of the bag, we've got coil-master, follow-master to be-master. Can't really see because of that white and my glare, but it has his website on there as well. See if I can block some of that glare. There we go. www.coil-master.net. So there it is, folks. coil-master.net. Alright, inside here we have, okay, this I'm going to assume is the actual bar that you would hold on to. Wow. That is definitely one-use plastic. That kind of shreds away when you open it up. Oh, that's nice. Now it's still kind of a glossy, slick finish to it. Not like a satiny finish like I was hoping for. But, you know, it's a lot wider and it's also a lot longer. Okay, well, let me do this with my original one. I'll take the bar that's in it out, put the cap back on. There we go. Alright, that's just the rod that you hold on to. That was just the rod that you hold on to. You can see the size difference there. See if I can find something flat to put this on. There we go. Battery box. Yeah. There. Ah! And that went straight down onto my laptop. We've really got to find a better way to do these things. There we go. You can see the difference in height and width. I mean, you can literally hide the version 2 behind the version 3. So, I like that. That's going to be real nice. Alright, move that to the side. Continuing on, we have a package like that. Inside that, alright, there is a top cap. That one is the 4mm and the 3.5mm. There's another baggie that comes, I'm sorry, that's also in the baggie. Wait, no, another baggie comes inside that baggie, and that's got the bars. Now, you look at these bars. This one is the 3.5 and 4. We'll go ahead and do a fair comparison and pull out one of the ones that I've got from the version 2. So reach in, grab another little parts baggie, open that up. Parts baggie, bar baggie inside of it with top cap. Alright, this is going to be the 2.5mm and 3mm. And there's your bars. I will grab my 3mm from my old one. That's a 3. No, it's 2.5. Yeah, let's see. 3. There we go. I got my 3mm from the old one. from the version 2 and a 3mm from the version 3. You can see the height difference. That gives you a lot more space to work with. That's going to be nice. One of the problems I ran into with the version 2 was it was a little hard to manipulate your coil on your, getting it into your atomizer with how short that bar was. These extra long bars are going to be phenomenal for that. Alright, and last baggie of parts. Alright, there's the bars. And there's our top cap. That's the 1.5 and 2mm. Now, that's one of the difference I have noticed is with the version 2, it went from 1mm to 3mm in 0.5 increments. With the version 3, it goes from 1.5mm to 4mm in 0.5 increments. So anybody who was using the, the 1mm bar, you might want to hold on to your version 2 because the version 3 does not come with that bar. The only thing I can really think of that would use that would be like rebuilding pro tank heads and things like that. Or maybe if you want a really tiny build on like a K-Fun Russian or something like that. Alright, so the nitty gritty. There's your build bar. Open that up. And it's got a nice weight to it, but it's not too heavy. And yeah, it unscrews beautifully. I can tell you right now, it's not hollow all the way through. That hollow space comes down to about here, and then it's solid. So it's got a real nice heft to it. Alright, let's start out with, which one do we have here? This is the 3mm bar. Yeah, see, that's what I like. I like being able to just, set it there on the top and then run the top cap down on it. Of course, doing it on cam, messing it up. See, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll run the top cap, they'll run the bar through that top cap and then spin that top cap down. I like doing it the other way, but I'm weird like that. But now, you've got that much room to build on. Versus that much room to build on. It's quite the difference. Huge difference. That makes me happy. Alright. Got the hex head nuts on the top. Ah, good. Came with the hex driver. Or the Allen wrench, whatever you want to call it. It's the same old, looks to be the same as the old one. In fact, I'll take my old Allen driver and try to unscrew the new one. Ooh, that's tight. There we go. Yep. The old size is the same as the new size. So if you've got an older one and the new one, and you happen to lose the driver for the new one, your old one will still fit, or vice versa. So I like that. That's good. I'm going to keep this one in reserve in case I lose one. Actually, I don't think I'll be doing that, actually. Because I plan to take my old one and actually send it off to my father, who's actually getting into rebuilding. And unfortunately, he's got arthritis. His hands shake real bad. So sitting there with a tiny little drill bit and trying to wrap that wire around by hand, not going to work out well for him. So I'm going to go ahead and send him my version 2, see how he likes it. And if that's the case, if he really likes that version 2, I may actually send him the version 3. Because, yeah, it's my dad. I've got to take care of him. So, we'll see how that rolls. But, yeah. Now, one of the things that does really interest me is, I don't know if you can see it, it's got 2 feed holes for your wire. It's got 2 feed holes on the top for your wire. Not certain what that's all about. So I'm going to have to investigate that. I'm wondering if maybe this will, work for doing like parallel coils and things like that. So either that, or it's, so people can choose to either keep their wire up top or wire underneath. You never know. Or for all I know, it's an easy way to just, mark halfway through your turret. Who knows? But that'll come in the actual review and demo. And all in all, I'm really digging this tool. I like its application. Now, one of the things that does concern me is, what am I going to do with these extra bars? Because with the version 2, it was as simple as, each bar had its own top cap, at which point you just, stash that wherever. I had cutouts in my build box. Ghetto vapor that I am, I took an old Dremel box with the, the solid foam core in there, and took an X-Acto knife and just started cutting away for, everything I wanted to stick in there. So I had cutouts for my coil-master in there. Unfortunately, with these caps only accommodating 1 bar at a time, because you can see straight through that bar. I don't know if you can, see? You can see straight through that bar, or through that top cap. So, I don't know how that's going to work out. And, I guess that's one of the main reasons that they sent the bag along with it, so you can keep everything in one spot. But trying to find a spot in my box for the bag, that's going to be fun, but I'm going to make it work, because this looks like it's going to be what I need in a coiling system. I used to do everything by hand, and, I had fun with it. I was a builder from the soul. It was all about, I have to work with my hands, so on and so forth. And then I just started getting sore, and I got tired of looking, straight down at coil. I started going most of my wrapping with twisted gauge, or twisted 30 gauge. And when you're wrapping that and keeping it real tight through your fingers and spinning it around, it was, it was digging into my hands. It was ripping up my calluses, giving me blisters. And after a while, it just got to a point that I was no longer enjoying building. And that's when I finally decided I was going to break down. And I was going to get a coil jig. But, again, ghetto-ass vapor I am, I had to find something cheap. Cheap. And not quality-wise, because I do not skimp on quality. But I had to find something affordable. I was at Vapor Slam down in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I happened across a booth selling the coil-master rigs for $10 for the version 2 in a blister pack. So I said, you know what? I probably end up wasting that much in wire, every 3 to 4 months just on messed up coils. $10 investment on, on a tool that might make things simpler. Alright, I'll give it a shot. So I picked it up, and I've been in love with this thing ever since. There was a couple of little, quirks that you had to get used to. I had to find out for myself what the top cap screws were for. But once I figured all that out, man, I can build coils in no time. And now with this one, the new one with the longer bars, the thicker, wider, easier to hold body, I think this is, this is going to be the top of the line for me. So, yeah, and that is all yet to be, reviewed and discovered. So keep tuned, keep your eyes peeled. Here in the next couple of days, I'll have a review going for the coil-master version 3. And along with the review, I will be doing a live tutorial. I will actually build coils here in front of you using the tool. Excuse me. And I will be testing it on 2 different gauge of wires. There will be 30 gauge wire, which is pretty much the smallest any of us really work with. And then there will also be 24 gauge wire, which is your average big wire for, your average day-to-day vapor. I know that there's some bigger wires out there. I've heard people wrapping with 18 gauge wire. I don't know about all that. But I know that, my smallest that I work with is 30. My biggest that I work with is 24. So I'm going to give it a shot with those ones. Because from what I understand, from what, I talk to people, what they use, so on and so forth, those are pretty much the standard, ends of the spectrum for your regular builders. So keep your eyes peeled. Again, that is the coil-master version 3 from www.coil-master.net. Check him out. He's also got a Facebook page. Go on Facebook, do a search for coil-master. You'll find him. And yeah, I look forward to doing the review and hope you all come and see it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.